Hello Legionnaires, we are back in the Napoleonic world once again, and we are here at the Battle of Aspern Essling, and this is going to be our next little mini-series that we have here. So we have the first part here at Aspern, we have the second part which will be at Essling, and then that is kind of over day one, so these battles will be happening simultaneously, and then we have the third part which is Aspern day 2. And yes, we'll see what happens in all of those. But yes, obviously, what happens in day 1 will affect the outcome of day 2. What resources both sides have available to them, and what like armies can be brought basically. So let's be interesting to see what happens in this one. So the aim for Austria in this one, I was playing in this one, was for Austria to take 2 of the buildings in Aspern here. So they have to take either this one here, and then they got the 2 at the back here, they got this one here and this one here, all occupied by the French. But they can destroy 2 of them and and then just have the other 2 to capture. So the Austrians, including myself, decided we'll take the front 2 because they're the easiest to hold. While the back 2 are much more close to the French lines, and will be much harder to deal with. So we have 4 Austrian armies here, and then we have 4 French armies. All I think are Massena corps, but some of the Massena corps are very full of cavalry and very full of heavy cav, to be precise. There are lots of cuirassiers back here that are going to be brought up, and yeah, they are going to be a problem because if I'm correct, I don't believe there's like carabineers, there's cuirassiers back here. I don't believe that the Austrians really brought any sort of like heavy cav really available to them, so they're going to have a bit of a weakness in the cavalry department, as we have a charge here going in from this Ulan little unit here. Looks like the French are going to form a square and get their guns off, their gun crews off the guns, and then they're just going to sit there. We also have another charge here going in, as we have some hussars here clashing with some chasseurs cheval, and this is going to be the first little fight today. We'll see who wins this one. Looks like maybe the French are going to come out in that one as the defeatists, I guess, the losers. That's probably the better word I could have gone for there. The Austrians did win that one. I was playing as one of the Austrian corps in this one. Unfortunately, we don't have it from my perspective. We have it from Johnny Le Buffoon, who does do a lot of these scenarios for us. So yeah, thank you very much for organising it, and also for letting me play in it. Very much appreciated. And we have some really good players in this one, so I'm expecting a very close battle, and it certainly is a back and forth one. So don't get yourselves some snacks, get yourselves some drinks, and get ready for a glorious Napoleonic fight in this town of Aspern. As you can see, we already have a building being reduced to nothing. Sap is inside, being shelled to pieces. And yeah, they're I think trying to quickly evacuate this building before it comes down. We actually got the Guard of Hesse back here as well. And this is obviously like 1889, I believe, is like the era. This is like when these corps are at least 1809, because that is when Aspern Essling happens. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how this one goes down. I believe Hiller's corps out here. This is a pretty strong corps. I was playing as Liechtenstein, and was making an appearance pretty soon. It looks like this is, I believe this is Bellegarde, I believe was this one, and then I can't remember what the other one was off the top of my head, but we got some pretty strong corps nonetheless here, or at least strong for the Austrians anyway. Glorious volley there from the Austrians, really was magnifico. Yeah, so hopefully these guys can wear down the French. The Austrians obviously going to prefer a line battle to the French, who would rather get into melee, but I mean the French aren't too bad in the line battle either, so they aren't going to complain. They got some Baden infantry over here. I thought these were Württemberg, but they're in fact Baden. They're dressed the same as the Württemberg infantry. We got some Grenadiers of the line in here, so one of my favourite looking units in there, which is awesome to see. They've got another Grenadier unit back here as well. Grenadiers of the line, some with bearskins, some with shakos on. They're looking very, very sexy, that is for sure. One of my favourite units in NTW, the French Grenadiers of the line. Some line infantry as well setting up here. Yeah, I think I'm making an appearance now. Here we go, yes. Liechtenstein arriving with all his Grenadiers ready to go in, and I could bring a fair amount. I think I brought at least 11, maybe 12 Grenadiers, and they're going to be needed for this town fight here today. I'm going to need every single one of these Grenadiers to do their job break through and kill as many damn French as they can. Because the French are coming in like dribs and drabs. There is another French army just arriving now. But the French are still long on their way. There's another army still coming in column. And there's another one even further back that is still a long way away. So, yeah, they have quite a bit of ground to make up. So the Austrians need to take advantage of their like number advantage before they arrive. Got the Hessian Guard here as well. Plenty of other line infantry as well. I mean, it's going to be basically carbon copies of the same army. We've got the line infantry from Guard in here, which look like they should be guards, really. Maybe they are. No, they are very much line infantry. But yeah, they're basically carbon copies because all 4 corps are Massena corps. But anyway, no time to dally around as the Austrians. We've got to get straight on in there. We've got the line infantry sitting up here for the Austrians already doing their bit. Fire away, boys. Fire away. I mean, if these guys can get in the melee, they might do okay, but not going to do excellent. Actually taking a fair amount of losses anyway in a line fight of the Austrians here. They're going to get point-blank range. Looks like the French are getting into charging range. Oh, the Austrians, in fact, initiated this charge here. Going in against the French here. So there you go. Bit of a bayonet fight from the Austrians, in fact. That is kind of a surprise. And there you go. Already like a melee fight taking place there. That is the only one at the moment. We'll go back in. As these guys are going to fight for the tree line outside one of the first objectives. And as you can see, I don't think the Austrians winning that one. Actually, Massena losing it slightly, apparently. And we've got another fight over here. We've got French cavalry coming in here onto these Austrian Jaegers. Firing on them. It looks like one's going to break. I think they're going to get the other one as well. The Chasseurs Cheval here really doing a good job. Routing some of the dragoons here by the looks of it. So yeah, really well done. That's just the Chasseurs Cheval. That's not even with like the more heavier cab coming up yet. I think these actually might be Chevalier girls. They're helping to rout the French there. So really nicely done by the Austrians there. The second unit coming in here. Chevalier girls going to go in. But they're going to go into stakes, the Austrians. Oh, they need to be careful. A lot of stakes over there. And I think this Austrian is done for now, getting surrounded and running into stakes. Big loss there. A lot of Austrian units now under threat. They might be able to break that French cavalry unit. There we go, they did manage to break the Chevaliers of Hesse there as well. In fact, the Austrians haven't broken just yet. Oh, just gone as soon as I said it. Perfect timing. But yeah, already looking pretty dicey over here. We've got more and more infantry going in, and here goes the first grenadier unit going into the building. They're going to storm here. They're going to try and rid the French from this building. In you go, boys. Stab them up. Look at them all crowded in this one. Look how many. It's like 60-old guys crowded in that porch door. I don't know how that logistically works. Got Laguerre over there as well. No, it's line infantry, Bard and line infantry breaking. Yeah, gradually they are pushing back the French already in this small corner here. Really good unification by Hiller, Bellegarde and Liechtenstein there, caused all doing a good amount of damage. More infantry still fighting here. This is basic Austrian infantry. It's still alive for now. It's really good to see. Gives us a little bit more hope. Oh, this is the remains of that Austrian grenadier who was just sat in that building. I think they're actually firing though as well. The Hungarian grenadiers here just putting fire onto the French to come by. You need to be careful you don't kill your own men doing that. They are winning slightly at the moment, are these grenadiers. Yeah, here goes the second unit. Got more grenadiers in the line going in, and they're going to rout. More remains of that Austrian grenadier outside the building. And there you go. Oh my gosh, that guy died very loudly in my ear. There you go. The French going to go storming in. Yes, if you want to get involved in some NTW3 battles or want to send in some of your own elite players, feel free to join the Discord. It's the best place to join. And yeah, you can get involved in some glorious battles like this one. This one is certainly glorious, that is for sure. We've got another one infantry unit going in there, going to try and tie down the grenadiers. And I'm sending in a second Austrian grenadier to try and take this building. It's going to be a costly job, but it's a job that needs doing. huge melee fight already here. Austrian starting to lose morale though. But they are fighting grenadiers to the line. I mean, look how point blank range these guys are. Is that an artillery piece here? I think it's an artillery bombardment. So I don't know. Line with you here, they're holding the line, doing their job. And more infantry going in here. Hungarians are fighting around the building. It's absolute chaos, it really is. I mean, Austrians also making a push on this side here. They burn this building to the ground, and they're making decent pushes here as well, breaking through.
This building has fallen to the
There you go. This building has fallen to the Austrians. We didn't manage to take it. And they're now sending in a fresh grenadier by the looks of it. There you go. Looks like I think they're going to get kicked out slowly but surely. I think the Austrians will hold that building for now, and it certainly helped that this unit on the flank as well being routed. And now if the Austrians want to, they can flank around here and hit hard into the flank as these units here hold the front line. Put some more volleys into the Frenchies if you can, boys. Put some more volleys into them. So there's a French cav unit, by the way, that's flanking all the way around here. Look at this. Chasseur Cheval going all the way around. I guess maybe just going to go around the back and look for a general or something like that. I don't think it's seen by any of these units of cav here. I mean, also the main focus right now is on the town, not on that little cav unit. Grenadiers able to push back. This first attack by the Austrians being relentless. Just got to keep those grenadiers going in, keep killing stuff. And there you go, another like grenadier unit going in there, just touching. That French grenadier breaks it. I think you could just go down this line and routes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of French there if they wanted to. Just keep going down that line while the French engage the Austrians as well. That's a huge win if they do that. More grenadiers are here. And fighting off Laguerre. Don't think Laguerre are going to win that one. Yeah, it's just winning slightly apparently, but can't imagine that'll be the case fighting against grenadiers. The general as well, really close to the front lines here. Messena himself, right in the front lines. And here we go. You can see they're starting to break these Baden infantry down the line. And the Austrians can keep going down this line. They can break a lot. It's a sea of Austrians right now, and they're routing a lot of French. There's a lot of joy happening right now for the Austrians on that side. On this side here, Austria kind of sitting back, being patient. French bringing up more and more reserves, more and more French arriving to this fight. Look at this amount of Frenchies arriving. Rank upon rank. It really is. It's glorious. They need to take this building next. This was the game plan for the Austrians. I mean, they are working their way down. Looks like there's a Carabinier unit here, which is an elite light unit. So they're pretty good at melee as well. So that'll be a tough nut to get out of that building as well, that's for sure. More Austrian infantry going into fight here against the bear. They can try and break through there, that's for sure. Well, Cav as well going in here as well. Look at this Austrian Hussars getting in there, mixing up with the French, routing a lot of them. I don't know how many of these guys can form square. There's Baden one cannon here, that's for sure. We've got infantry as well. Being shelled by looks of it. They're trying to do their bit of damage as well to the Baden infantry here, which actually didn't form square by looks of it. It's fully engaging that Cav. It looks like it's going to get routed. And there you go, another win. Look at this, all this French infantry breaking already. And the other French army still on its way. Okay, so we are back. Unfortunately, the replay did crash, but I think we're back to about where we left off. As you can see here, we have Austrian grenadiers battling away with some Baden infantry in the streets here. We have had the successful sort of charge down here where like 5 or so infantry units have just been routed down here, and the French have been really pushed back by the Austrians. We've got plenty of grenadiers still waiting in reserve, ready to make their move, and they have got Carabineers and like some other heavy cav as well waiting in the wings of the French, and they are really like waiting on this new column of infantry to arrive, and there's plenty of new infantry here. But big line battle now taking place on the right flank of it for the French, as the Austrians duel with the French here in a pretty brutal line fight. I'm very excited to see how that one goes down. And we now have a Austrian grenadier charge going in over here as well, as you can see them take on the Carabineers, the Laguerre version anyway, the light infantry. These guys clearly didn't make it out of horse riding school, and have instead been made into infantry. We also have a line infantry that's here on the side has been pounded hard. Needs to be careful to get routed the unit inside the building. But yeah, I don't think the Grenadiers will have any issues with that light infantry. The Grenadier unit being routed there though. I think it made a storm for the sappers here, and then maybe it was going to go on for the guns. I'm not really sure. But yeah, they need to be careful of that. Morale though for those Grenadiers. Oh no, it's not the Grenadiers, it's the little infantry unit. The Grenadiers still holding on strong and fighting on very, very nicely in there. Very nicely done. But yeah, the Austrians making really good pushes into this town right now. Doing a good job. Got another Grenadier unit setting up here. They're going to put some volleys into this unit here. We've got Jean-Baptiste here. He's watched hundreds of his men die to these scary Austrian Grenadiers, and now he's going to have to deal with them. Oh, brutal volley, and there you go. A return one just as brutal. To be honest, it'd be better if the Austrians just go into melee. They'd probably do a lot better. But the French obviously have this little flank that they can put on here if they want to. But they also have to be wary of the Austrians. I mean, if they just smash on through, they could just keep on knocking through these units, hopefully, before the French arrive. But here we go, another cavalry fight about to take place on this building, or out here. I was saying building because the other building has fallen. So the Austrians now hold 2 objectives currently. So now they don't really need to push forward anymore, and they can just play defensive. There's some Chevaliers here that are getting overwhelmed by Carabineers of the French. And there you go, a retreat has been called. And the Austrians putting some volleys into these Carabineers over here, trying to do as much damage as possible. But they're going to need more cav. It seems like the cav over here is just not up to the up to scratch doing these dealing with the Carabineers. They're just not heavy enough. They need some cuirassiers or something like that of their own to do damage. And speaking of cuirassiers, there is a big build-up of cuirassiers now on this flank here, as you can see, and they're getting ready. It looks like a charge over here against the Austrian lines. Hopefully they can form square, because this is a big-ass unit. It's a 138-man unit. They're going to need to go. There you go. I think the order has been given, and there go the masses of heavy cav, and they're going to go. Looks like wide, maybe. I think they were given the order to attack, and now they're changing their mind, and they're just going to go wide. I don't know. Maybe the last minute charge in. There you go. In they go. Into the Austrians. They didn't form square. They really needed a square-able unit out on that flank here to deal with these cuirassiers. To be honest, they might break first, and you can see here with the cavalry coming in, got a little hussar flanking here. So they've been sandwiched right now, the cuirassiers, between infantry and cavalry of Austria. And they might just get routed themselves. Or they might in fact rally and rout the hussars. It seems like they could do a bit of both here. Another cavalry unit coming in, trying to swamp these cuirassiers, trying to just do as much damage as possible. They've broken one infantry unit. Can they get another one? No, they cannot. They took a cavalry unit with them, but the cuirassiers have been routed. And that's a pretty big win there for the Austrians. Really nicely done. Getting rid of one of those cuirassiers fairly effectively, to be fair. But there is plenty more. That's the problem. There's another 2 out here, which is going to be a real problem for those Austrian infantry. We've got Carabineers over here as well. The Austrians here setting up. French battling in the street. This has been a real street fight. It really has brutal. Yeah, Yeah, we've got the infantry now going on this side here. You can see the grenadiers going in. And then you can see the Austrian infantry has been thrown in. It's a brutal fight. I mean, the bodies that are going to mass up in this street are going to be piled high on both sides here. Both sides throwing in plenty more infantry. We've got, looks like, Hessian Guard coming in as well to battle these grenadiers. They're sending in whatever they can to just deal with these big, angry Austrians. There you go, you can see the Austrian grenadiers being pushed back, but there are more ready to go in. We've got some Hungarians here. They're getting ready. So, the French are going to have to, are marching on already. They're going to charge in. They're going to go after these grenadiers. These aren't French, they're Hessians. Hopefully the Hungarians can deal with them. Oh, jeez, a brutal line fight here. You be careful, that unit's about to break itself. As I said it just breaks. It's like I'm a genius. French cavalry here is starting to overwhelm the Austrians here. This is a problem. The Austrians running out of cavalry. Carabineers here, just mopping them up. And it looks like, oh, this is Austrian artillery that's just running away. Fair enough. We've got an Austrian infantry unit out here. I think hopefully it's squareable, because it's hunting cavalry right now. Whether it should just return to the main fight, because it's where they really need the men. And there's another artillery piece out there. But yeah, it's looking rough for like Austrian cavalry. They've got some more over here. They got, looks like a dragoon unit or a chevalier guerre, and then they've got another hussar here. I think the one that came out victorious from those cuirassier fights. They've got an infantry unit here as well, watching the backs, I guess, making sure nothing can sneak up on them. But that is it for cavalry, it looks like, for the Austrians at the moment. There's no real other cavalry force here. And the Austrians are gradually being forced back out of the town here. They were making good inroads and are now kind of being forced back a little bit. Grenadiers are starting to falter a little bit. Maybe through tiredness, or whether it's through lack of numbers now. And there you go, another one broken. More grenadiers going on over here. A big grenadier push actually going on here. Hopefully they can break through this line infantry. I think this might be the last hussar of the grenadiers. As you can see, big push by Austria as the last gap to try and break through on this side here. And the French countercharge with some guard of the Hessians here. And they break through that and then now able to go into the flank of the Austrians if they want to. But now having to turn around and deal with those Hessians. Sappers as well in here. So seeing their own big angry men. They should get out their axes. That's the best weapon to use against a grenadier. An axe. It looks like morale's starting to break. If I remember correctly, these were my lowest tier Austrians. Also didn't help that they were being shot in the back by my ally. So yeah, that definitely wasn't helping the situation. And yeah, that is not a good sign. I was running out of grenadier support for my ally on this side. I think that was it. I think that was my last grenadier sort of push I could make. I think the rest of my grenadiers are sort of tied down over here, trying to help push back these fusiliers of the guard, the Hessians, and try and reclaim this street, which is slowly filling up with a lot of dead. And there we go, a general's been killed. That little cav unit, I hadn't really mentioned it in a little while. This little cav unit is way out on that flank out there. It's got all the way around and it's got him behind. Yeah, it's the Le Dominique. Yeah, and he just went into the back and killed that unit. And luckily this unit could form a square, but the Austrian now left is in disarray as they've lost their general. Here comes a cuirassier charge as well. Lingo, my dragoons trying to hold the back with cuirassiers. It's the best we have available. I was then like begging it, like get these hussars in behind. We'll do the same thing that you did the first time. Here goes in another carabineer, smashing into the Austrians here, hoping to just plow on through the Austrian line. I just can't do it, we'll see. And it looks like this cuirassier might rout, I don't know, both sides equally look like they could go. A good volley from the Austrians would do the job, though. And there you go. Unfortunately, the Austrian cav breaks there. That's going to even up the playing field for the cuirassiers. And they really need... Look at this. You're just routing just like out of sheer sight of the French. The Carabineers mopping up units here easily. Oh, jeez, yeah. There's 4 or 5 infantry. More than that. That's all, like 8 units of infantry there broken. And that is a real problem there. Still in this center over here, though, there is still routing troops coming. The Grenadiers refuse to give in. Still making some inroads here. Like, I was astounded at the work our Grenadiers are doing. Another French unit routed. I think all these back here are just Austrian infantry. There's no sort of grenadiers back here. I mean, I think there's a grenadier unit in this building over here, and there'll be one in the other one as well, but no like mobile units now. They're all in buildings holding their ground. I mean, this one is like basically on the front lines now. The French are just the other side of that wall. The Austrians are now going to get wrapped around on this right flank. They have not much over here. They've got artillery that is very, very vulnerable here. They're not horse artillery. I thought they were maybe from over. They're just foot artillery. You need to get these guys out of here. Just fire some canister and hope that does the job. I don't know if they just fired in front of them or that was the enemy artillery shooting at them. I'm really not sure. It could have been either, to be honest. But they are trying to quickly shift some infantry to that flank there. It looks like some Grenzers or something. I don't know what this unit is. Maybe like Archduke Ferdinand's infantry or something. It's like some light infantry. But yeah, the Ingo, some French infantry. They're just going to rout this gun. And it looks like they're instantly going to get into those Austrians there as well behind. The Austrians just need to try and stabilize this flank, even if it's a small flank that they form. It looks like they're taking out most of the heavy cav. There's a healthy cuirassier there, 88 men. And a Carabinier, but that is it for heavy cav on that flank. To be honest, by the looks of it, French infantry is starting to sort of mass the back over here. Still a little bit thin in the center. Definitely, if the Austrians could make a concentrated push, could maybe break through. Cavalry as well on the far flank is still an issue. Carabiniers here, still relatively healthy, and we're seeing a Chevalier of the Hesse as well, also make an appearance there. Also Hungarians over here just dueling with the French. French not even interested in joining that fight. And you can see the massive bodies here. So many dead. More Austrians, I think, than French over there. And I mean the same in these streets. There's a lot of dead here. This might be more Frenchies. I'm not sure. But yeah, so many. Oh, here's a Grenadier. There's a unit here holding the line. There's so many dead here. On both sides. Austria's still making a decent push in. It's actually really good into the front lines. Jeez. Oh, we've got a Hungarian Grenadier here as well. So there's a few more Grenadiers than I thought. But yeah, that's not what the Austrians need. Just to march slowly into that infantry. That's what they intended all along. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to pull out of that. That was a strange move by the Austrians there. They could make... Oh, are these guns able to take up? No, it's just gun carriages. I thought they maybe were guns to take there. It looks like the French aren't going to let them try and escape, and they're actually going to just run down this infantry unit. And is this a fresh Grenadier? Oh, it is. It's a fresh Grenadier in the line. Oh, my gosh. Send them in, boys. Kill every last one of them. But yeah, the French really massing now. They're going to try and retake these streets bit by bit. Oh, is this a Austrian Grenadier? Oh, sorry, Austrian Cavalry. It is. Ulan here coming forward. I don't know where these guys have appeared from, but we've got a healthy Ulan now that's just come out of nowhere, and it's chasing after a little Chevalier here of Hesse. They have more cav than they were letting on, the Austrians left. I mean, we can't see everything, but I imagine everything is now pretty much committed. But an Ulan making an appearance out of nowhere. That might be able to help stabilize this front over here. As you can see, the Carabiniers look like they're going to take out the guns here. They put the cavalry did take a bit of a hit from an artillery piece. This is a howitzer. It's not any old artillery, it's a howitzer that just got taken out there. We've got like a pioneer unit here. It's forming square. And that should be able to resist the Carabiniers for a moment. Whether they'll stay in square, I don't know. They probably will. Yeah, here come the Uhlans. They're going to come out here and maybe challenge the Carabiniers, but this is not going to be a fight that they're going to win, that's for sure. This heavy cav will probably mince them. Oh, they didn't even make a charge. That's even better. They needed the charge. That's what Lancers are good at, charging. Also, the second Carabinier is going to probably make a flank in a moment and like beat these Frenchies. Beat the Austrians, sorry, not beat the Frenchies. No. But they did just really charge their own men, sorta. Wasn't the greatest of charges, but there you go. Ulan's been routed there. More of the French being routed over on the side. We've got some line infantry of Baden being cleared out. But yeah, these Austrian infantry, they're doing pretty well. They're on the line, that's for sure. Hungarian infantry, Hungarian grenadiers, in fact, not just any old infantry. Some of the remaining grenadiers still battling in these streets, just refusing to give any ground. Wow. It's impressive. They can rally and sort of like get some energy back. Oh no, they're still in a fight. They're in another fight with grenadiers on the line here. I don't think they'll win this one. It's a fresh unit. And these Hungarians have seen a lot of action. Though they're doing a good strategy, fighting like 5 guys at a time because the rest of the units stuck around this building. Smart strategy from the Hungarians. Actually, a lot of them are hiding around the building as well. I think I can hear... Oh no, they're going in somewhere else. But there you go, the Hungarians did break. I think just out of exhaustion and just losses, it's just too much for them. There's another infantry unit trying to get in here though. He's getting a bit messy over here, that's for sure. And another grenadier unit going in. The Austrians just refusing to give ground. But I think it's over for the Grenadiers. They've had their golden age in this town. They've just maybe overextended. Honestly, they didn't really need to push any further forward. This is something I realized like later on. Like, we were being far too aggressive as the Austrians. Like after a point, like I mean, there was obviously like a point when we were like, we had the French on the run, so why not keep them on the run? And we did rout that unit there, so at least a bit of a win. But we did only have to hold the 2 buildings, so we just had to hold the areas around them. Maybe we were a little aggressive. I mean, we didn't get too much further forward. We got into the street here, but certainly on this side over here, maybe made a bit of an audacious push. But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to think, well, make a push on this side. It will release some pressure from other areas because I have to send more troops there. But really, we should have been playing a bit more defensive, I feel like. Oh, another grenadier here. So there's actually more and more grenadiers making an appearance. But yeah, maybe making too many like aggressive pushes when we could really just be waiting for the French to throw their full force at us, and we can defend the buildings and use their great defenses to our benefit. Yeah, again, grenadiers down here helping to try and rout more troops. And these Austrians actually did manage to rout another unit of French infantry. Incredible. There is a grenadier coming up, and that's going to be a problem. What is this over here? Oh, this is just basic Austrian infantry. They could maybe sandwich it. What they got to do is just, yeah, get the Austrian grenadiers here, and get the infantry, and they can sandwich that unit. Though they obviously are going to be under threat themselves, going to get shot in the back, I think, given the French. It's not a good way to go. Now, we did get another French infantry. I was so happy with my grenadiers. They just kept cleaning up. And I did, in fact, help rout that grenadier to the line there. And the Austrians hold on. They refuse to give in, these grenadiers. They are absolute legends. Can they win this fight? If they can keep the grenadiers alive, there's a chance. The French are only sending in piecemeal units at a time. They're really not like throwing in the remaining columns. I guess maybe they don't know what the Austrians are. Oh, actually, they must know what the Austrians have left. The cuirassiers and everything are all in behind. Surely they're like not naive to know. I mean, the problem is generals got to keep them protected at this point. In fact, my general, I think, is here. And, he's under threat from a little carabinier unit. You need to get him in the building, really. But yeah, it's not good. There's a general. Yeah, I'm about to get sniped there. And there you go. That's the general killed. An unfortunate scene. I don't think the general's dead, but even him routing is going to be a bit of a problem for these grenadiers who are already exhausted, tired. Seen a lot of action. Still French has been routed over there. That's another win there. The Austrians coming forward here. There you go, my general murdered. Murdered. Oh, this is a grenadier unit here. Where the heck do these grenadiers keep coming from? I had more than I thought. Problem is, morale is not going to be great. I'm definitely being shot by my own ally, but he's also helping kill this unit. There you go. Good win there. Now I just need to get these guys back, rallied. Oh, they broke. Oh, they probably won't return with no general. But a bit of a win there. We, again, sent another unit packing. A general in the center right here. It's a shame. Again, it kind of shows that we didn't necessarily being aggressive, but we are making gains. That's the problem. We're killing off units. Just losing quite a lot ourselves. And the thing is, the reinforcements arriving with the French is huge. It's their fresh men, just able to help clean up over the Allied infantry here. Dueling across the fence. I don't really know how much are already getting done. Stabbing each other through the wall, guys. It'll work eventually. I think someone's got their general in here. I'm not really sure, but there's two units in there now. Oh, it's an artillery crew. What is an artillery crew doing in here? Get out of him, you madmen. I think they're going to go into this unit here and try and rout it. That's hilarious. This artillery crew might charge in here and helps break that infantry unit. Hilarious. That's brilliant. Actually kind of well played by the Austrians there. And again, the French are cleared out of this early part of the town by the Austrians, who are still clinging on to their holds in Aspern, doing their best right now. This has been a very, very close historic battle, actually. More, I didn't feel like it was a close finish to start with, but actually seeing, like, from the French perspective, how much they had left, it was a tough one for the French. They've had a rough time. I think it's just the heavy cav is certainly coming clutch. I mean, the problem is it's... Oh, another general here got dismounted, and then as he's trying to get into the building, that is a shame to see this little general gone, and that's going to affect the Austrian morale as well. I honestly think the heavy cav has been like a problem for the Austrians, but also was a blessing, and they reclaimed a building. I think that's the one over on this far side here. Austrians have been cleared out, so they no longer hold two capture points, which was their aim. But yeah, it's both a blessing in disguise for the Austrians, but also a problem, because the French have had to bring as much heavy cav as possible to two of their armies. So that's a massive cost, which they can't use elsewhere. Like a more infantry, or just like lighter cav, or things like dragoons, which are probably a bit more effective, to be honest. So in that way it worked, but the heavy cav, we also had just not enough to match it, which is the problem. And there you go, lots of infantry breaking there. And we've got a little carabinier getting in, I think again trying to hunt down a general. He's narrowly escaped that time, so well into him. We have the squares here forming, just trying to stop stuff. So they're about to get charged here by line infantry. See how they respond to that. And there you go. They're going to get charged, I think, right almost instantly, unfortunately. And now it's not looking great for the Austrians, who are trying to mop up whatever is left. I think. What have we got back here? Still got a grenadier unit. These guys need a whole fire. They're shooting their own men. Shooting your own brave comrades who fought so hard. Final two grenadier units holding around that building. General over here in real trouble over the Austrians. Final general, I think. All the others have been killed. Really, you shouldn't be able to bring any generals, because all three of their corps commanders have died. So, like for day 2, they should bring like combat generals, because their generals are all dead. But he's gonna run for his life quickly. If we can get in that building, he might be able to help with the morale, but we'll see. There you go. Yeah, I mean, these guys are breaking without even, like, hitting impact at this point. Over on this side here, we've got more Hungarians rejoining the fight, but it's not going to affect them at all.
We have killed their
And there you go, the final general being killed off. There you go, that Gunner's general being killed. And I think the French are just going to mop up whatever is left now. So we'll just do a little fast forward. But yeah, it was a fun one, that is for sure. I mean, you can see the bodies that have like just massed in these streets here. It has been brutal, that is for sure. You can see the remaining few French marching through. I mean, it has been a brutal fight on both sides here. The line battle over here was pretty awful for either side until the cavalry came in to save the French. What is this long one-man formation that they're doing here? I don't know.
We have taken a building.
There you go, the
sir.
final building taken for the French, retaking it from the Austrians. And yeah, I mean, this brutal fight over here as well by the Austrians. And there you go. I think that is the final Austrian unit routed. And the French are victorious. So hopefully I'll get up the end results for you guys. But yeah, this is something from Johnny the Buffoon's perspective. So have a quick look at his kills. He's got some grenadiers in the line here with 115 kills. His chasseurs with 81. Guard of the Hessians getting 81. And then he's got like his artillery getting 72 kills, which is good. And then some other kills down here. But yeah, had a not like an insane game for him. I think he was the last to the battlefield out of the French reinforcements, so he didn't have as much to kill as some of the others. But yeah, certainly a great game for everyone that took part. I had a lot of fun playing as those grenadiers. I got like a lot of kills with some of my grenadiers. I think getting close to 150, 200 sword kills with quite a few. They did very well. But there you go, guys. I hope you did enjoy this one. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And I'll see you guys in the next part of this glorious mini series that we have on NTW3. Until then,